Esham Pickering, aka Esham, a guy who I know very well, very familiar with. Always got time for you, mate. Do you know what's really funny? I told Junior this morning. I said his name is Ishayam, like Will I Am. He said that's brilliant. A guy I'm doing a biography of on. You know very well, Junior the Hitter Witter. Talk to me. Who's he?
Junior come from Bradford. I met him in 1997. I was in Sheffield originally I'm from Newark. And we met in the middle really, and ended up living with Junior from 97 until 2001. And we had a close relationship as friends and training together, training partners. And now he's doing a great job in after becoming a champion. He's got his own gym in Rotherham, and he's doing a good job. And we're in touch a little bit. Obviously, we're both busy, and we're a bit older now, so we're doing our own thing. But it's we're still good friends, I believe. Like I said, when you're good friends with somebody, you don't need to be in touch all the time, but it just clicks straight away, and that's how it is with me and you, I think.
So you and Junior were part of that world famous Wincobank gym. Ryan Rhodes, obviously Kid Galahad come a little later. Kell Brook was young when you were there. Naseem Hamed, Johnny Nelson, Harold Graham, John Thaxton, Pele Reid, or
Johnny
even
Nelson.
yeah, even some of the people like that aren't widely known. People like Darren Sutherland, God rest him. Oh yeah, it's
Chris
littered.
Saunders. Chris Saunders. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
plenty of names, and I mean the roster. I couldn't tell you off my head, but about 13 British champions, 6 European, 5 world, and about 5 Commonwealth. So it's some sledge, isn't it? But it's over a long time, and a lot of fighters actually box from there, amateur and pro. But they've got a great roster, and it's still going on. Dominic and John's still there. Doing their work, and they've got some success with Kid Galahad and Kel, and some other guys coming through. So they're doing a good job. Brendan is the face of boxing for me in the Ingle gym. He was the face of it all, and he's very unique trainer, very different, and it worked. So I've got a lot of love for Brendan. Ended up leaving the gym in 2007, not due to Brendan, but I love Brendan, and he learned it so much in the ring, but more in social skills and development, 100%.
I mean, I spoke to him. When did he die? So that's 2018. So I spoke to him 2017, and I was very well aware that he'd been ill. So I kind of spoke with the shadow of the man he was. How special was he, Esham? To obviously, he opened that gym in 1961. I think it was a priest in Sheffield which basically said, "Can you do anything with these lads? They're getting into trouble." He took over the gym, and the rest is history. I was in a gym with you probably 10 years ago now, and I remember watching you doing the pads, like taking people on the pads, and I've never seen anything like it, and it was so unorthodox. And obviously that came from Brendan. Junior was the same. It's a style I've never seen, and you were all very much the same, but then you were different. Do you know what I mean? Ryan Rhodes never fought like Kell Brook and so on. How do you train? Did that style come natural to you?
I think everybody's different. I mean, they say certain styles gel with certain people better, but I mean, everybody's different. You can only do it your own way, can't you? But obviously you're gonna copy, imitate, and pick it up, try and do it yourself. But when you get in front of somebody, Jamie, you can only do what you can do, and you normally go to what you normally do. You can't be somebody else. Obviously, you can learn off somebody, but you can't be something else when you're in front of somebody. The pressure's on, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, Brendan Ingle's boxers, I mean, all the champions really was all different, weren't they? When you look at Nas to Errol Grey, I mean, I think Nas took it to the next level from Errol. I think Errol was an amazing defensive fighter, but I think Nas made it offensive, and he was an attacking counter puncher, Brendan would call it, and he took it to the next level. Johnny Nelson, was different. Again, he was an elusive, but as it come on and he went on and won a world title, it was more offensive. Ryan Rhodes was an attacking fighter. Junior Witter was an attacking fighter, but hard to hit. You've got to do it your own way. But obviously, Brendan Ingle was the influence of that. And there was a rumour saying that Errol Graham started it all off. But you know what? Errol Graham trained at other gyms as well. So whatever Brendan did was down to him, not Errol Graham, because he was the one who surfaced it and took it to the next level, I believe. Errol Graham went to other gyms. Why didn't they train to do what Brendan did? Or, they didn't. Brendan's had the most champions, more than anybody, Ante. I mean, who else has turned out as many champions as that? 13 British, 5 Commonwealth, 6 European, and 5 world, or whatever. It's something close to that. Who's done that?
It is now.
Say again.
6 world. There's now Johnny Nelson, Kell Brook, Junior, Kid Galahad. Yeah. Obviously, there's that of Combe and Billy Joe Saunders, and one of those, Naseem Hamed, certainly probably the most well-known. He did take it to the next level. How good was he, Esham? You seen him training days. You sparred with him. How good was he?
As I said, like people don't understand. Like when they say, Barrera had his number and all this. Naseem Hamed was not the fighter. There's always excuses. You only see when you get in the ring. But if Naseem Hamed was at his best, I really don't believe Barrera would have lasted 2 rounds. I believe Naseem Hamed beat himself. But that's it. You didn't. You only get the result from what actually happened. We can say what should have, would have, could have. But that's what happened. And Barrera proved a tremendous fight on that night. But Naseem Hamed never reached his full potential. 1,000,000%. What I seen Naseem Hamed in the gym and when I seen him fight was the best I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. I've been in the gym with all the best fighters from this country, Joe Calzaghe, Ricky Hatton, all the top fighters. Naseem Hamed really was a one-off fighter, and he had it all. I mean, you seen Kevin Kelly, who looked twice the size of him, lay him out, and he got up and beat Kevin Kelly. He beat some tremendous fighters and become undisputed, didn't he? I never thought he reached his full potential. Brendan Ingle said to me, Esham, Nash should have been world champion from bantamweight up to super middleweight. I'm not sure about that, but definitely should have won 3 or 4 world titles. Definitely, 100%. And I think him and Floyd Mayweather would have been a great fight back then.
Because he actually beat Jorge Sanchez. He knocked him out cold on a stretcher. Of course, that was the guy that actually beat Floyd Mayweather. I think he was the last guy to ever beat him.
All right, I never knew that.
Yeah. So another guy you mentioned there, Ricky Hatton. Of course, The Avoided is a forthcoming book. I've spoke to so many people the last couple of weeks, and I've always asked their opinion. It was like when I did the Jack the Ripper book. I spoke to all the ripperologists, and I said, "Who was it?" And there's mixtures. Some people said Ricky beats him. Some people, I personally think it was a 50-50. I think Junior was a favourite at the start. He was certainly the bookies' favourite when it was like that British title level. And of course, they went on to be world champions at the same time. In your opinion, Esham, as you know both guys very well, you remember Ricky as an amateur. How would that fight have played out?
Like I said, we can only improvise what would have happened because it never happened, and we can never make a decision on a win until they actually get in the ring together, because it always looks different from the outside. You watch it and you think, oh, this had happened, that had happened. Now, when you get into box somebody, I'm watching somebody on TV, and then I get in there with them, you just think, that get in there. It's harder when you get in there, and it's more difficult. Personally, myself, Ricky Hatton was a tremendous fighter. I think it's all about timing. But I believe when Junior Witter was on that 15-streak knockout run,
yeah,
I don't think Ricky Hatton would have lived with Junior. And if Ricky was at his best against Junior, I can't see Ricky doing much with him. So I do tip Junior to beat Ricky Hatton. Junior at his worst. He wanted his best against Bradley. He had a lot of problems going into that fight, and he wanted his best against Timothy Bradley. Timothy Bradley beats Ricky Hatton, but you can't go like that, can you? But for me, Junior would beat Ricky Hatton, yeah, back in the primes.
So, and of course, you were British, Commonwealth, European, fought for a world title, WBO. Just at the last hurdle failed. You had some career, Esham. Looking back at it now, with hindsight, as someone, and I always tell Junior this, he's kicking on for 50s, middle-aged, granddad, slippers, pipe, walks off a whippet. You're not far off. Looking back on your career, Esham, are you happy, or how does it lay with you these days?
Yeah, not many people can win 3 belts, especially within 11 months. I won them all separate fights, so I'm proud of that. Obviously, I wanted to go that a little bit further. Life got in the way and stuff, but no excuses. I did what most people couldn't do, so I'm proud of what I did. What I'm proud of to myself is that I come back from losing badly 3 times. Once I got beat on points quite convincingly, John Joe Owen, too early, the wrong weight. The next time, 2 weights below, I got knocked out, never been put on the floor in my life, and got knocked out. And then I went to Gran Canaria and got robbed. So 3 separate losses there, all different circumstances, and I come back from it. So that's what fulfills me. I come back from that. People that get beat, you don't see them again. So that's my biggest possession to me, to come back from 3 critical losses that was all different circumstances. For me, that's my success story to myself.
Right. So, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and I just want one name answers. Who was the best you ever fought as an amateur?
I would say, bloody hell, can't think.
Guy Corbin?
Sorry? Guy
Corbin.
Corbin. Yes, I forgot him. You remembered him. Yeah, Guy Corbin. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Guy Corbin from when I was it was only my first season.
Phil Thomas School of Boxing.
Yeah, it was my first season, but I boxed him in the semi-finals and he beat me on points, but the kid was brilliant, 30 and 128 when I boxed him, but it was only my first season, but tremendous boxer. Yeah, I think he went on to win 5 or 6 national titles in the senior ABAs, but he never did anything as a pro.
A couple of my mates, Neil, Tony. Right. Hardest puncher you ever fought as an amateur?
Can't remember. Probably a lad of beat. Mickey Bush could punch. In the final, he caught me with a few good left hooks, so I'd say Mickey Bush.
So who was the best you ever sparred with?
Well, I sparred with Nas to the body, and he was phenomenal. But probably head punch, probably a proper spar. Ugh. I sparred that many, mate. You know, Nicky Cook, Carl Johansson, Spencer Oliver, Michael Brody, a couple of Nas's opponents. I'd probably say Spencer Oliver.
Right.
Say Spencer Oliver.
Hardest you've ever been hit as a pro?
Probably when I got knocked out, but I never felt that. That was sweet. I felt good in the morning.
You actually did a Superman.
Yeah, that was good acting, wasn't it? I made it look good. You know what I mean? I was trying to make it look good for the cameras. Yeah, good shot.
Even Junior done a Superman out of Prize Fighter Ring, but he got straight back in, so it's in the book.
Yeah.
Who was the best you ever fought as a pro?
I'm funny on this.
Bernard Dunn?
Yeah, possibly Bernard Dunn. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, he'll become world champion as well. So yeah, Bernard Dunn.
Yeah. And of course that fight in Hartlepool. I think it was October 2005. What a fight! What an unbelievable fight! It is an absolute classic.
I think Michael Hunter made that fight, mate. He made it fight. He made that fight. He wanted it more than me. He got up off the floor twice. I still thought I just edged it, but he deserved it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He deserved it because he wanted it more than me.
Yeah. So what does Esham Pickering do now? So I'm going to share this. I'm going to put your links in. So Esham Pickering today, aka Brown Sugar, former British, Commonwealth, European champion, for WBO world title challenger. What does he do today? Obviously, you're kind of away from the limelight now. I know you're still involved with boxing. So all your links, Esham, I'm going to put in the bio. So anyone's watching this, if you click on the bio, click on the links, and it'll directly take you to what Esham's doing now. What you're up to these days?
So most thing that I'm doing is I'm a support worker, and I work with people with learning difficulties. That's my job. That I'm on bank, so I choose my hours. So I do about 120 hours a month doing that. But I've got my own boxing club, amateur boxing club in Newark, called Epic Golden Gloves, where I've got 30 boxers now boxing for me. I've also got about 30 others in the gym. It's a busy gym and it's going well. We're my first national champion last season. Yeah, it's going well. And I'm in the gym from Sunday. I'm in the gym every day, but from Sunday to Friday, the boxing club's open for the amateurs. And I've had a couple of journeyman pros in the past, but at the minute, my attention is to the amateurs. And hopefully, very soon we'll get some overturning pro and try and build it from there. But no, I'm giving back to the support working with people learning difficulties and to the boxers to bring them through and try and get them a living out of it and get them a good foundation in life.
So, I mean, do you still have the passion for it?
Well, I'm going to the gym every day and it's what I want to do. I don't train so much myself at the minute. I'm busy being a father to a 7-year-old. I've also got 2 older children that don't live with me, but I am in their life. I'm busy with shows. Obviously, it's off season now until September, but I've got a show marked up September the 3rd, and we're out every week really. I've got 2 other guys that take on boxing. That's Robert Morton and Clonus Steele, who help me in the gym, and we need a couple of others actually. So we've got a few other guys contemplating helping out as well. So the gym's busy. I'm giving back, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and I'm healthy. So how can I complain? Not at all.
I know Junior has his couple of pros. I think one of his fighters won the other day. Is it Dominic Hunt?
Yeah, I think he's unbeaten.
Yeah.
Well, he's a nice guy. I've been up to Junior's gym, and Junior's been to mine. We've done a bit of sparring and stuff, and yeah, it's good to link up and catch up, and I'm glad Junior's doing well.
And do you think? I mean, are you hoping for that one pro you'd love to take all the way and get that world title? Because I know that's what
Yeah,
Junior's.
yeah. I never become a world champion, so you know, be nice. But you know what? If I don't, I don't. I can take it or leave it. I'll do my very best. At least I can say I tried. I'm happy being in position that I am. I'm healthy. Like I said, I work with people with learning difficulties, guys that can't dress themselves, feed themselves, talk, communicate. So I'm blessed. How can I be? How can I be complaining about life? So I'm in a great position and I'm healthy, and I'm happy to give back. And if I get a bonus out of it, that's even better.
And Esham Pickering, how's he to be remembered by the British boxing, the public? Who was Esham Pickering?
Well, I'm a decent person. I'm a good person. I've got good intentions. I become a 3-belt champion. That's all in the books anyway. So I wouldn't say I was nothing special. Just a guy that has got his feet on the ground and give his dues in the sport, and is down in the books somewhere.
And maybe a book one day. I know a guy who can do it.
Yeah, it could happen, couldn't it? There's a little bit more to go to my story, but it'd be a good read, my book. Yeah, I dare say maybe sometime in the future, I'll be ready to do one. I know a guy who's keen on doing it, so it could happen.
Yeah, and the last word about Junior's forthcoming biography. We speak now regularly. Does he deserve it? Is he this biography? I mean,
I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. You're doing it for him, Jamie. Over the moon. Junior achieved so much and didn't get all the gratitude for it. You know, he was an amazing boxer, an amazing fighter. A little bit didn't really get much limelight, and deserves a lot more financially than what he earned. And I hope this book is a big success. I will plug it as much as I can. Thank you to you for helping him, Jamie.
Oh, always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure to speak, mate. I've got John Thaxton later, so I'm going to be speaking to John Thaxton, former British and European, at 6 o'clock. I'm going to put Esham's links all in the bio for this. Very approachable guy, very friendly. And if anyone sees this Esham and wants to get in touch, you're open to it and happy.
Yeah, anytime. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, but Facebook's easy to get hold of now, and Insta. So yeah, no problem.
Absolute pleasure, sir. God bless. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jamie. Take care.